If USA is the best country to get higher education, I say Fulbright is the best opportunity towards that. Fulbright Scholarship is a fully funded program to do master's and PhD in the US. I'm a Fulbright scholar. I did my PhD in the US, and I can say that those 4 years have changed my life. I see so many students waiting and wanting to avail this opportunity, but then missing out on the resources and information. And that's why I'm here. In this video, I'm going to give you some winning points for Fulbright, and you can apply those for other scholarships as well. So let's get started. The first one is work on your essays. In the Fulbright application, there are two long essays. The first one is research objective, and the second one is personal statement. I cannot emphasize enough how important these essays are. These essays are going to tell your story. These essays are going to represent who you are. Now, you need to kickstart with a dump draft, and you need to start early, because once a dump draft is ready, that's only when you can start improving on that. I have two separate videos on these essays, one describing each and how to actually write them and what is written in those essays. So have a look at those. They will be your guide to get started on these essays. But here is what you need to do. First thing, you need to start writing the dump draft, which is the first draft. Then read it yourself, and you would notice some sections that are poor, and you will yourself improve on those parts of the essay. Once you do that, make someone else read it. That could be a friend, alumni, colleague, or a professor. They will give you further suggestions. They will read it with a new eye, and based on those suggestions, you improve on that essay even further. Use Grammarly to check your punctuation and your grammar, very important. Make sure you strengthen the essay by showing your reasoning. You do your research on the field that you're interested in, and your essays need to showcase that as well. And then finalize the essay when it feels like it's telling a story. Number 2, reference letters. Generic lines are very easy to spot. And for those who have been reviewing applications for years and years, they can tell very well if the letter is thought through or if it's just done in a rush. I emphasize on this point because the professors and the supervisors are quite busy. They have a busy schedule, and you need to optimize that time, work with them, and get your reference letter ready. A strong recommendation letter is customized to your profile. And by that, I mean you need to find someone who knows you very well and who is willing to write for you, showcasing your strength and your capabilities. With the reference letters, one major mistake that students make is to target the title and the higher authority. That is a no. The content of the letter is more important than the title of the person who is writing it. Let's take a scenario. You have two options. The first one is an assistant professor whom, let's say, you have worked with for 3 years and he or she knows you very well. The other option is dean of the college, and you have only met that person in, let's say, a seminar and just had a 10-minute conversation. Go for the first option. The title would not matter to the reviewer. What the person has written about you is going to stand out. Number 3, and this is so important, you need to trust yourself. It is true that the success rate of Fulbright applications is 3 to 5%. And by that, I mean if there are 3,000 applicants, only 120 will win and get a chance to get the scholarship. I know so many capable students who wouldn't apply, and their reasons would be that they don't want to give GRE, they don't want to work on lengthy applications, they're scared, and most of all, they just don't think they will get it. So this is what I tell them. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. If you don't apply, you won't get it anyway. The application is free, the whole process is free. There will be some chunks with fees, for example, the GRE and IELTS, but the major portion is free for you. Also, just by applying, you are actually gaining the experience of application process and documentation, how these things are actually done. Let's say if you don't get this one, you can apply for the others. There are so many free resources on the internet. Go on YouTube, go on Facebook community pages. Alumni is there to help you. You will also get to have so many Facebook community pages, and go and put your queries there. People are always willing to help you out. Put some little work and little trust, and then see the results. The last point, point number 4, and I love to call this part brownie points. So in every application, not just Fulbright, other scholarship applications as well, there are sections that are not mandatory, but rather they are marked as additional information, or let's say sections of some awards, volunteer work, publications, and so on. I call them brownies because who doesn't love brownies? Now, every candidate will have a degree because it's a requirement. But what will make your application stand out are these brownie points. So if you're in your final year or even before that, start working on these aspects. And here are some options that you can work on. You can start a community. You can join a community or a society, do some volunteer work. If you're into sports, have that in your application. If you have done any extracurricular activity that is apart from your regular studies, that is also a brownie point. Publish your undergrad projects, present your work in various conferences, do active participation in events. If you have an arts and crafty side, make a portfolio of yourself and add that too. You can also do some additional certificates. Now on the internet, there are dozens and dozens of additional certifications that you can get, and that will polish your profile so much more. And you can always select the length of the course that you want to take and how much time you have on your schedule. All right, so these were the 4 major tips that I wanted to talk about. The Fulbright applications open early every year and then they end sometime in the second quarter. If you have any questions, you can email me and message me and ask me those questions in the comments as well. I would be happy to help you and answer those. If you want more details on the scholarship or the essays or the reference letter, I have separate videos for each of those. Good luck, and until next time, bye.